welcome to Journey into Parenting. So this space is dedicated to helping you prepare for the amazing adventure of becoming a parent, because actually it's one of the biggest life transitions that you're ever going to go through. So it's really important to make a space to guide you through that process. And today I've got Caroline Sparks here, who's the founder of Turtle Tots. And I'd just love to hear about, so I get the sense that Turtle Tots is really different from other baby swimming groups and much more child-led, and I just wonder if you could tell us a bit about the background and why you decided to go down that route and what's really special about Turtle Tots.
Oh, okay. Well, I should say I'm the co-founder of Turtle Tots. My business partner, Gabby, initially started Turtle Tots in Bristol 11 years ago now, and she really started Turtle Tots thinking that she previously taught babies and wanted to get back to teaching babies in the pool, and identified that there was a real kind of need for lessons for parents which were as affordable as possible, which were, we just decided we wanted to treat the parents and babies as we would want to be treated ourselves. So no rocket science in that really, but just making, we hope that we have a real culture of kind of first name terms, informality, but also just trying to be really flexible. So if parents, if your child is ill, we always try and offer catch-up classes. And because inevitably, as you said, parenting is a huge life change and it's not always predictable, so we just try and work with our parents as much as possible to make the classes work for them. So Abby and I actually launched Turtle Tots Limited as a franchising business 10 years ago, and with that ethos really, and we also wanted to be perhaps less corporate in our approach, and which is probably what I've just tried to say, I suppose, that we don't want parents to feel they're on some kind of treadmill of getting in the pool, getting out the pool, and the next class starts. We want to be quite informal. We want to offer catch-up classes, and we also really try and work with our local communities. So a percentage of all our revenue goes to support local charities all over the UK and Ireland. And we've raised, I think, over £400,000 for local charities now. And our franchisees, it's not just the percentage of revenue, we kind of work with our local charities. So last year we did a skydive to raise money for a hospital, a neonatal unit in Plymouth. I saw our Edinburgh franchisee was running in pre-social distancing times, she was running the Barcelona Marathon. So that's kind of how we started, and we now have just over 50 franchisees across the UK and Ireland. But our lessons, we have a fantastic aquatics manager who has developed our lessons over the last few years, and really about 3 years ago there was a big step change in baby swimming. Traditionally it's been bringing your child to lessons and very early on in the programme submerging your baby to use the reflexes they're born with to go underwater. But about 3 years ago the Swimming Teachers Association introduced a new qualification called the Diploma in Baby Swimming. And our aquatics manager was one of the first group of people to go become a tutor in that. And we have committed to all our teachers and franchisees as soon as they can to get that additional qualification in teaching babies. And that diploma really uses the latest research into neuroscience and how babies learn, to really and we, as a result, we rewrote the programme, and it's always been child-led, but it's very much about our teachers being so highly trained that they can see the baby's cues with what they're happy to do, what they're not happy to do. And it then means that they are learning at their own pace. So it's a very progressive programme, but and obviously ultimately we want the babies to be able to swim when they become old enough, but in the meantime it's very much about the child developing not just aquatically but socially as well, and their whole physiological self growing by bringing the child to swimming lessons.
Yeah, amazing. I've read through some of Jo's notes actually from the Sensory Babies course that she did, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's really amazing. You know, just getting a sort of deeper understanding and attunement of what your child needs, and I just wondered if like the lessons that you offer can actually help to teach parents skills that they might be able to use in other areas of life, like whether it just helps them to be really present with their baby and really tune into, you know, what they're needing and what they're feeling.
Yeah, I think I mean Jo would be the best person to ask that question too, but I'm sure you're absolutely right. So I think parents may well come to us because they want their child to learn water confidence and ultimately to be able to swim. But I think that, you know, when you speak to our parents, and certainly seeing perhaps sometimes what they say on our social media and on our Facebook page, it becomes so much more than water confidence and baby swimming.
Mm, yeah.
Uh, in its time in the pool where you're totally focused one-on-one, and you have
Mm,
that time, but also, you know, you learn to understand what's your child's cues,
yeah.
and you know, and I think a lot of the skills that you learn in the pool in our Turtle Tots lessons then become skills that you can use with your child in everyday life.
Yeah, and that's what's really great about swimming, I think, because I'm a single parent, so I've co-parented my son the whole way through, and I found that often, like when I have that handover between sort of me and his dad, that actually like swimming's a really great activity, or especially when he was little, you know, that just to be able to like really kind of focus on him, and then there's something kind of also quite kind of soothing about being in water, I
Yeah,
think.
absolutely. I mean, I think it's well known all the therapeutic qualities that water has, but I think, you know, it's
Mm.
we have a lot of lessons at weekends, and you know, I think about 70% of the parents that bring their child to our lessons at weekends tends to be dads. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
and you know, very traditionally speaking, it's often the dads that don't have as much time with their child in the week because maybe they're at work.
Mm.
I think it is that real kind of bonding time for the dads as well. But
Mm.
it's not just mums, obviously, but it's just nice to see them. Although the dads tend to be a little bit more energetic with throwing their babies in the air and
Okay.
some of the more physical activities. So.
Yeah. I've heard that the reason for that is that because dads historically have had less time with their children, that they tend to sort of be more kind of to play in a more exciting way, so that more kind of memories form of their time together,
Oh,
or they
that's
try and kind of
interesting.
like,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Really
to kind
interesting.
of bond more quickly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I guess if you're, you know, the one who's there all of the time, then you don't have the energy necessarily to kind of play in that very high energy
Yeah.
way
I
so
think
much.
the other thing that we see a lot, you know, and certainly one of the pools in Bristol that we use, I see on weekend is, you know, you see the friendships made between the parents as well. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Mm.
you know, a lot of them have come through the program and have been in the same lessons for a couple of years maybe, and you see them
Mm.
go for a coffee after together, and it's those kind of bonds that you meet with people who are kind of, you know, at the same stage of your life as you, really. So it's that's
Yeah.
lovely. I know Jo would say, I remember Jo, our aquatics manager, saying exactly that when she first brought Seren to our lessons. She actually met other, you know, other parents who she stayed in touch with.
Yeah, nice. Can you say more about the therapeutic qualities of water? Sounds really
Yeah, I
interesting.
think you know, I think it's when children get in the water, you know, I suppose when you think hydrotherapy is used, you know, for you know, as people rehabilitate from injuries and things like that, but
Mm.
certainly focusing on, you know, perhaps children with special needs.
Mm.
You know, our lessons are fully inclusive for children with special needs. We have
Yeah,
a
great.
children come to us who have maybe autism or who have cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, etc. And you know, it's a great for them because it's the massaging quality of the water, it's calming.
Mm.
And also, for example, with a Down syndrome child, obviously exercise in the water strengthens their muscles as well. So,
Mm.
and I think, you know, that's obviously special needs children, but I think for anyone, certainly when I go swimming, there is something very calming about being in.
Yeah, I wonder if it's sort of recreating that kind of womb-like state.
Yeah, I think it
Almost.
probably is, and I think it's the massage qualities of being in water as well.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, I'm impressed with the level of success that you've had with Turtle Tots. Do you feel like that it's just that the particular need that you're meeting for people, or yeah, I wonder.
I think we grew very quickly, and more quickly than we anticipated. I think we have 53 franchisees, and 51 of them are female, and generally
Okay.
they have the kind of common denominator is that they've had children. They often come to Turtle Tots lessons themselves, and they have the brand, but they want a job that is more flexible, that can work around their young
Yeah.
family. So I think it's because most of our franchisees and our teachers are parents of young children themselves, they are passionate about the safety aspects of swimming. I think we just try and treat people as we want to be treated ourselves, and I think our customers really identify with us. Certainly when my children were younger, I think mine, I was very, swimming is such an important thing for your child to learn, and you do become quite connected with your swimming teacher, of your child's swimming teacher. So
Yeah.
I think, and also from a brand point of view, we position ourselves as probably, we steered away deliberately from being a kind of blue corporate swimming company. We try and be much more fun with our brand, and we're very pink and green. I've got my Turtle Tots top on. So yeah, I think it's a mixture of things, but I think it kind of comes together in the culture of the brand, really, and just treating people, as I keep saying, as we want to be treated ourselves.
Yeah, great. So really kind of building that sense of trust and community, which I think, is something that we all need more of.
Yeah.
Great. Well, in the show notes, I'll put links to all of your classes and information. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
No, not at the moment. I think nothing that I can think of.
Yeah, great. Well, that's been really super interesting. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having us on there.
Okay. Thank you.